How can we manage the Earth's limited resources?
Coal makes us sick. Oil makes us sick.
The electric cars and trucks.
A step closer to a more sustainable future.
I'm going to answer your question, okay? People have learned to utilize the Earth's resources to live longer, healthier, more productive lives.
For my sustainability project, I'll be doing 7 ways of sustainability. Each of these ways led me to live a more eco-friendly life this semester. Help the Hooch is a community event held by Keep Columbus Beautiful. It's an event where groups of people volunteer to go along the Chattahoochee River and pick up trash. After they're all finished picking up as much trash as possible, there is then something called the Watershed Festival. At this festival is where I volunteered. I mainly just helped people find what they were looking for, and also really just anything else that needed to be done. That was my main thing. There's no specific job I had to do, but kind of just did what needed to be done. With 6 guys living in my dorm, we create a lot of trash, and I mean a lot of it. And one of the things that we go through the fastest is the plastic water bottles we drink every day. So if we're going to drink out of disposable bottles, then we should at least recycle them. The first step is repurposing a suitable container. This cardboard box should do just fine. After placing it by the front door and across from the trash can, I labeled it, so that way the box itself doesn't get thrown out. This is after only about a week of having the recycle bin out, and once it fills up, all I have to do is simply take it downstairs, and then I let the university staff take it to a recycling plant. And it doesn't cost me a thing except a little bit of my time. As I mentioned earlier, we go through a lot of bottles of water, but how about instead of counting on recycling them, we just ditch them all together? I decided to switch from disposable bottles to washable ones. I always have a disposable water bottle in my backpack, but now I've replaced it with my washable Camelback water bottle to take with me to classes. This means I'm now recycling and also reducing. To quote an article by Forbes, yes, wasting water is actually bad for the environment. There are anthropocentric, biocentric, and ecocentric reasons why wasting water is bad. Anthropocentric, or at least just ethical, is the biggest reason to me on why we shouldn't waste water. According to Huffington Post, 95% of the water entering our homes goes down the drain. And also, running the tap while brushing your teeth can waste 4 gallons of water. It's estimated that 663 million people don't have access to clean, safe water. So therefore, wasting water in a country where it may appear that water just magically comes out of the tap, it's wasting a precious, vital resource that millions of people can't get to. With the knowledge of knowing just how rare this precious resource is to some people, I have chosen to take shorter showers, turn off the water while I brush my teeth, fix any leaks as soon as possible, and anything else I can do to not waste any water, because I feel that's a huge step towards living sustainably. We all have a ton of stuff sitting around that we don't care too much about. I, for example, have a bunch of old pairs of shoes, so loaded them up and took them to the CCG Recycling Center in Columbus. The drive might have been long, but it was definitely worth it. Also, I kind of missed all of the other drop-off days that were closer to me, so I went to this one. This shoe recycling campaign was held by Keep Columbus Beautiful, the same people behind Help the Hooch. This campaign was a community event that invited anyone to come drop off old pairs of shoes so that they could either repurpose or recycle them. After passing a large landfill, we were almost at our destination. The main building was a perfect example of modern green architecture. Also, all of the workers I met there were all very nice people. We're going by to drop off some shoes to donate. Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much.
With this being the 4th consecutive year of KCBC doing this campaign, their goal is to get 30,000 pairs of shoes. I just hope my 12 got them a little bit closer. Being a downtown student, I have to travel to and from main campus multiple times a day. The amount of gas that gets burned from these 15-minute drives really adds up over time. So my solution is to take the buses that CSU provides for us. This also saves me a lot of money, but even more, it greatly reduces the amount of gas that gets burned and put into the air. Also, according to the American Public Transportation Association's website, public transportation in the US saves 37 million metric tons of carbon emissions and 4.2 billion gallons of gasoline. Currently, only 54% of American households have access to public transportation, so hopefully in the future, public transit will play a larger role in environmental sustainability. One of my favorite hobbies is DIY projects. I created this ping pong ball holder and the table net out of scrapwood pieces. For my next project, I borrowed this glass bottle cutting kit from the scene shop at CSU. It comes with a glass cutting knife that connects to an attachment that inserts itself into the bottle and allows you to score a line into the glass bottle. Here's my first attempt at cutting a wine bottle. As you can see, the process isn't always perfect. So I started by scoring the bottle with the knife. This faint score line creates a weak point in the glass. Next, I boiled a pot full of water, and while the water was still hot, I poured the boiling water onto the faint score line. After pouring it, I dipped the end of the bottle into some ice water. It took a few tries, but eventually the top just fell off. After the top fell off, I found an old red candle from a thrift shop, and I put that actually inside and melted it onto the piece. The next step was to create a base and a label for it. I headed to the scene shop to finish this portion of the project. So without further ado, this is me at the scene shop for downtown CSU, working on the wooden base for this repurposed art piece.
Like a river, 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 like a river. Shut your mouth and run me like a river. How do we fall in love? Harder than a bullet could hit ya. How do we fall apart? Faster than a hairpin trigger. Don't you say, don't you say it. Don't say, don't you say it. One breath, it'll just break it. So shut your mouth and run me like a river. Shut your mouth, baby, stand and deliver. Holy hands, pulling, make me a sinner. Like a river, like a river. Shut your mouth and run me like a river. Choke this love till the veins start to shimmer. One last breath till the tears start to wither. Like a river, like a river. Shut your mouth and run me like a river. Tales of an endless ride. Cursed is a fool who's willing. Can't change the way we are. One kiss away from killing. Don't you say, don't you say it. Don't say, don't you say it. One breath, it'll just break it. So shut your mouth and run me like a river. Shut your mouth, baby, stand and deliver. Holy hands, pulling, make me a sinner. Like a river, like a river. Shut your mouth and run me like a river. Choke this love till the veins start to shimmer. One last breath till the tears start to wither. Like a river, like a river.
I wanted to create an art piece as an anniversary gift for my girlfriend. I really liked the way it turned out, and honestly, I'm just glad she liked it. So if you made it this far, I just want to say thanks for watching. And also, I hope one of my 7 ways inspired you in some way, and I just hope you enjoyed the video. I honestly had a really fun time during this entire process. I enjoyed the editing and the recording, but I also really enjoyed all of the stuff I learned throughout my research, and also kind of how it's changed the way I do my day-to-day. The biggest definitely being the water, but especially the recycle bin bit. The recycle bin's still there. It fills up every day, honestly. But yeah, overall, had a good time. So I guess, roll the outro.
And one word keeps coming to mind: sustainability.